You come be on this show, you really star. You really star the show, because people really know more of you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the young actors whose popularity spoke to the zeitgeist or sentiment of their time.
I've been waiting all my life to meet you, and I finally
Of your whole life.
Number 10, Lindsay Lohan. Why are we so interested in child stars? Is it comparable to sports fans' interests in collegiate athletes, looking out for those future stars of tomorrow? Perhaps. And maybe that's why it was so exciting to see the talent of Lindsay Lohan arrive during the 90s.
Thanks, but I'll be fine. Really? See you in 8 weeks, Marty, old pal.
Charismatic child stars were nothing new at this point, of course, but that didn't stop critics from noticing just how good Lohan was in movies like Disney's remake of The Parent Trap.
Don't feel bad, Mary. He never mentioned it to me either. By the way, I'm the real Hallie. This is Annie. She was pretending to be me while I was pretending to be her.
Lohan then managed to parlay this experience into another Disney reboot, this time of Freaky Friday. That said, it's probably the actor's work in Mean Girls that forever cemented her youthful legacy as an actor.
Mix and a mingle and a jingle and beat. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell ride.
Number 9, Molly Ringwald. The 2024 documentary Brats was a first-hand chronicle of the Brat Pack phenomenon, delivered by someone who lived the experience. Director Andrew McCarthy was just one of this young group of actors that rose to prominence back in the 1980s.
These people I don't know and hadn't seen in 30-odd years, we all share this monumental moment in our lives together and all had exact similar reactions to it. It just lets you know why people need community.
As anyone who was alive at the time knows, Molly Ringwald was another member of that group, and one of the most associated with it. Ringwald's presence on screen was amazing. Even back in one of her first filmed appearances, 1983's Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
So what took you so long? I mean, I knew we were going to be partners together forever when we first met. Didn't you?
Meanwhile, movies like 16 Candles and especially The Breakfast Club would firmly place Molly Ringwald upon the 80s cinematic Mount Rushmore.
Why are you being so nice to me? Because you're letting me.
Number 8, Miley Cyrus.
You get the best of both worlds. Mix it all together and you know that it's the best of both worlds.
Much has been revealed about how the Disney machine works, of this not-so-magical factory where child stars are continually pushed out of a revolving media door. Yet, there have also been some generational talents that have emerged from this process, including Miley Cyrus. Granted, it helped that Miley Cyrus's father, Billy Ray, was also a country star, but this singer definitely made it on her own 2 feet. Her Hannah Montana days are forever associated with the 2000s, but the creativity of Cyrus as a performer, writer, and singer has transcended that period. As a result, her reputation is bulletproof at this point. She's an influential artist in her own right who doesn't need help from anybody.
I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young.
Number 7, Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster is that rare child star who made the successful transition into an acclaimed adult career. Her early career encapsulates the 1970s era, ranging from typical child star work in Disney films like the original Freaky Friday, through much more challenging material.
It's nice to know you care, my darling. It's nice to know I do. And believe me, I do. Oh, Mom, I really love you. I love you too, darling.
The latter includes Foster's roles in intense films like Taxi Driver and The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, with the former one of her defining films of the 70s.
God, I don't know who's weirder, you or me.
These performances showcased Foster embodying roles that were honestly meant for adults, while simultaneously nailing each performance to the wall. This reputation for serious dramatic acting would eventually follow Foster into adulthood, leading to films like The Silence of the Lambs.
Dr. Lecter.
Don't bother with the trace. I won't be on long enough.
Where are you, Dr. Lecter?
Number 6, Hayley Mills. It's no accident that the word Disney comes up again and again within this list.
It's got to be done methodically. Remember the key, recollection and memory. Get her talking about how she and Daddy first met and their first date. Find out about that first date.
Hayley Mills was yet another talented young actor, that gained early fame working on projects for the mouse. The OG Parent Trap was a big hit for Mills, one of several which were favourites of children in the 1960s.
Let's get together right away. We'll be having twice the fun.
Her determination, spunk and decency made her a strong role model, but it wouldn't be long before the actor would graduate to headier stuff. Twisted Nerve and Endless Night showed Mills entering psychological thriller territory. Mills later worked on Saved by the Bell during its early years, portraying the teacher, Miss Bliss.
Well, in that case, why don't you show Karen to her homeroom? She's in 103. Zach, no bonus miles.
Throughout it all, she was a welcome presence who captured the hearts of multiple generations. Number 5, David Cassidy. The 1970s were a halcyon decade for the actor, singer, teen idol. Leif Garrett was one, as was David Cassidy of the Partridge Family.
Well, it would give you enough money to put us through college. I know you've been worried about that.
And what makes you so sure I've been worried about that?
Well, I'm a sensitive, aware teenager.
The show, which was inspired by a real-life family group known as the Cowsills, was also notable for Cassidy's co-star Danny Bonaducci. However, it was Cassidy's star that would ultimately rise, defining the 1970s for many youth, thanks to the actor's natural stage presence.
And what we found is what we play and sing, yeah.
Meanwhile, Partridge songs like I Think I Love You are perhaps amazingly still played today, proving that sometimes what TV execs may see as disposable goes on to connect with an entire generation.
Before I go insane, I hold my pillow to my head and spring up in my bed, screaming out the words I dread. I think I love you.
Number 4, Corey Feldman.
What's going on, guys? Hey, what's the matter with you guys? Come on, what's the matter? What is this, a nuclear Saturday or something? Come on, guys.
The case of Corey Feldman is an interesting one, primarily due to the actor's outspoken criticism of Hollywood. The actor has made many allegations over the years with regard to what he feels is the deliberate grooming and predation of young actors who can't defend themselves. This is despite, or perhaps because of Feldman's success as a child actor himself back in the 1980s.
Ye will surely be
Puerto.
What is that? Come on. Dead.
Feldman, alongside co-star Sean Astin, would speak to a generation of film fans with The Goonies, while also finding time to appear in horror fare like Gremlins and the Friday the 13th franchise. Later, Feldman would work with another Corey Haim, for a series of collaborative successes like The Lost Boys and License to Drive.
Can't help wondering, is it ever gonna get that good for me? Anderson, the only difference between you and that greaseball is that he has a license and you don't.
Number 3, Macaulay Culkin. He is forever identified with the 1990s, but let's face it, not every child actor remains cute forever, so eventually it became imperative to demonstrate a little range. Macaulay Culkin was unfortunately worked very hard by his father, Kit, a situation the actor has opened up about.
Look, it was after a while it became, like I said, a job, and it was I never chose the projects. They were like my parents, essentially chose them for me.
As a result, Culkin's public profile remained somewhat constant after his breakout success in the Home Alone movies. But Culkin's work in The Good Son in particular demonstrated how the actor could convincingly play against type as a villain.
Too bad if something were to happen to her. She got hurt. You'd be sad, wouldn't you, Mark? But hey, accidents will happen.
The role remains one of Culkin's best to date, although the entire era of moviegoers will probably always associate the actor with shaving, large cheese pizzas, and continually being left behind by his parents.
Sleigh bells in the snow, the snow, then
Number 2, Drew Barrymore.
He used to be good.
It seemed a foregone conclusion that Drew Barrymore would follow in her family's footsteps and study the profession of acting. Yet no one, perhaps not even Drew's father, John Drew, nor her great-uncle Lionel Barrymore, could have surmised that she'd go on to achieve so much solo success. Today, however, it feels almost like destiny.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
There's no goodbye.
Drew's early appearances in classics like E.T. and the horror flick Firestarter endeared her to parents and kids alike, helping to define the 80s and early 90s film experience.
You're all I've got in this world. But I'm happy about that, because I'm crazy about you.
Crazy about you too, Daddy.
The 90s also saw Barrymore's rebellious streak start to show with erotic thrillers like Poison Ivy. Barrymore remained likeable and easy to root for through it all, however, earning dedicated fans that were drawn to the actor's inimitably bright and optimistic personality. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Tatum O'Neal. Ryan O'Neal's daughter shone alongside her old man.
It's my money you got and I want it.
Now, you just hold on a second.
I want my money. You took my $200.
Will you quiet down? You hear?
I want my $200.
Alyssa Milano. Totally boss in every era.
Team Lee. Need any help?
We don't need your help, Marion. Yeah, Marion.
Is that so?
River Phoenix. Gone too soon, but never forgotten.
I love you. But I have to go.
Robbie Benson. Jeremy is a must-see depiction of young love and heartbreak.
Oh, there's this new girl at school, a dancer. I can't believe it. I was going past this room to get a piece of chalk, and there was this girl just dancing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Shirley Temple.
Contact.
Contact.
Come on.
Contact.
For many, the term child star immediately brings to mind one person. Shirley Temple is the prototype for this sort of performer, an impossibly cute kid that captured hearts around the world. For Depression-era audiences, Temple's sunny optimism was a beacon of hope. Temple's career also differentiates itself from many others on this list, in that she shifted career paths after her childhood acting career was over.
I'll be a pilot too. And when I do, how would you like to be my crew?
As an adult, the actor left her child performances behind for a career in political diplomacy, becoming a United States ambassador to countries like Ghana and Czechoslovakia.
I think it's been a great advantage. I think I've been most fortunate by having the opportunities presented to me because of little Shirley.
Temple's fans never forgot her, however, and the actor even penned an autobiography titled, you guessed it, Child Star.
Very well.
Farewell.
Very well.
Farewell.
Mr. Gloom, be on your way. Though you haven't any money, you can still be bright and sunny. Sing Polly Wolly Doodle all a day.
Which of these child stars makes you the most nostalgic? Let us know in the comments.
Now want to talk about E.T. a little bit?
Why not?
Okay.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.